Your lesson essential question is, how do characters respond to events and challenges throughout the beginning, middle, and end of stories? So you're going to be looking at the characters and their responses to events and challenges. When we think of events and challenges, we think of problems and things that happen as a result of the problem. And we'll be looking at what's going on in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the stories. Remember, characters are who the story is about. Characters face problems in stories, and they react to their problems, which causes the plot of the story. Every story has characters, setting, and a plot. Characters respond to a problem to create the plot. So the first thing we're going to do is identify the characters and the setting of the story. Then we'll identify the problem the characters are facing. This is the beginning of the story. Next, we'll identify how the characters act and react to the problem throughout the story. Sometimes the problem is solved in the middle of the story, but then another problem comes up that the characters have to react to. Then we'll identify the solution to the problem. Last, we'll speak and write about the characters by talking about their actions and reactions throughout the story. So what we're going to be looking for as we're reading are the characters' thoughts, what they're thinking, their words, what they're saying, their feelings, how they feel, and their actions, what they're doing in response to the problem. This story is called The Turkey Girl. Long ago, there lived a poor girl who herded turkeys for a living. Every morning she drove them out to the fields, and every evening she drove them back to the safety of their cages. She treated them with great kindness, and the turkeys loved her for this. Take a second and identify who this story is about. Okay, the main character is the poor girl. And there are also some turkeys in this story. Where does the story take place? As of right now, the story is taking place in the fields. So it seems right now that the turkeys and the girl are good friends. One day, the girl heard some people in town talking. They wanted to go to the dance of the sacred bird. This great event happened only once a year, and it was to take place in just 4 days. "Oh, how I wish I could go," the girl said to the turkeys, "but I cannot go in such old, ugly clothes." Look back at paragraphs 2 and 3. What's the problem that the girl is facing? The girl wishes she could go to the dance, but she knows she can't go in her old, ugly clothes. So at the beginning of the story, Turkey Girl cannot go to the dance in her old, ugly clothes. Let's keep reading and see how the characters respond. The girl never once thought the turkeys could understand her, but on the day of the dance, one turkey stood tall and spoke. "Dear friend," he said, "we will help you go to the dance. You shall laugh and be merry. You have earned some fun." So the turkeys respond through their words. They tell her, "We will help you go to the dance. You shall laugh and be merry. You have earned some fun." At first the girl was shocked. Then somehow it felt right that the turkeys, her only friends, should speak. "We only ask that you come back before sunset," said the turkey. "You are the one who keeps us safe." The turkeys then danced around the girl. They turned her old ragged clothes into a beautiful white dress. How does the girl respond to the turkey telling her that she should go to the dance? So first she responds through her feelings. She's shocked. But then she realized that it felt right. So again, she's responding through her feelings. The turkeys then respond through their words. They ask her one favor. They say that they need her back before sunset because she's the one that keeps them safe. The girl thanked the turkeys again and again. She promised them she would return before sunset. Then she turned and ran down the path towards town. So how does the girl respond to the turkeys helping her and asking her to be back by sunset? She makes a promise to them and says that she'll be back before sunset. At the dance, no one knew the girl in her new dress. Everyone praised her beauty, and all the young men wanted to dance with her. She was having so much fun that she forgot all about her friends, the turkeys. So now that the girl's problems were solved, now that she's at the dance, she's dressed in a beautiful white dress, how are the people from town responding? You probably said that everyone's praising her and they all want to dance with her. Now, the girl's forgetting about the turkeys. It seems like another problem is coming up. Finally, the sun sets. The turkeys wondered why the girl had not returned. She has forgotten us, one of them said. For that reason, we will give her no more help. Come, let us move up into the hills. Our keeper is not as kind as we had once hoped. So what's the new problem in the story? You probably said that the girl did not return, and the turkeys are responding through their thoughts. They're wondering why she did not return. And then they respond through their words. She has forgotten us. For that reason, we will give her no more help. When the last dance ended, the girl ran back to the fields. She looked for the turkeys everywhere, but they were gone. As she stood there, sad and alone, her dress turned back into rags. She was the poor turkey girl once more. So the turkeys solved their problem. The girl abandoned them, and they left. Now the girl is left to be the poor turkey girl all alone. And that was a consequence to not coming back at sunset like she said. Now let's take a look at this graphic organizer. We identified that problem at the beginning of the story. Turkey Girl cannot go to the dance in ugly old clothes. We said that the turkeys responded by saying they would help her. She responds through her feelings. At first she's shocked, and then she responds through her thoughts. It's only right that the turkeys should talk because they're such good friends. So the turkeys respond to her problem by asking that she returns before sunset because she's the only one that keeps them safe. And then they turn her clothes into a white dress. So they respond to her problem by first speaking and asking her to return, and then they act and turn her clothes into a white dress. So the girl responds through her words, and she makes that promise to be back. The people at the dance all praise her, so they respond through their words by praising her and their actions. They want to dance with her. So then we identified a new problem. The turkeys are wondering why she didn't come back. So they're wondering, they respond through their thoughts, and then they respond through their words. For this reason, we shall give her no more help. At the end of the story, the turkeys solve their problem by leaving the girl. They decide not to help her anymore, and she is left alone in her rags. So we saw two problems in this story. Now you're going to read a story on your own, and you're going to be completing this same graphic organizer for Cinderella. And then tomorrow, we're going to compare the two stories because they have a lot of similarities, but they also have some differences too.